Alright guys, I wanna say something. It is raining again. Um when I woke up it wasn't as rainy as it was, as you can see. It's pretty, you could tell that it did rain and everything like that. Sorry if you can't see it all that good. But the reason I want to mention that again is because I did mention in a video that I probably deleted or didn't mention, or I just forgot to tell you guys. Because I don't know if I did say it right. But if you guys watch my videos, and so you guys tell me if I said it or not. But every time I go outside, meditate, take nature, and literally the next day it rains. It's because I know I'm heating up this area around here, and since it's getting heating up, a lot of people's Corona is going to go up, and they're going to get their corona, their crown chakra. What again? Why do you think they want you to get that? I even told my friend that there's a system, there's obviously a system in place for to get this vaccine, basically, and basically it's like these evil beings know what's going to happen, so they want you to take something so you won't make it to the next ward, basically. And my friend was like, they're doing all of that, basically. I didn't say basically that. It was like I was not tiptoeing it, because I basically did told him like, yeah, like, um, like, hey, what was I can't think of it now because you had to be there for to know. But basically, overall, it was basically me telling him of like these government people. You need to look at the pattern. Everything is the opposite of what they do. They want you to get it. Why they want you to get it? It's because they don't want you to go to the next world. That's why they call it crown chakra. That's why they call it corona. I told my friend that. I'm like, what do you think they call it corona for? Because it means crown chakra, meaning they don't want no one to get their coronas around here. Meaning that that's why they want you to get. And he's like, is that why they, is that he's like, oh, so he's basically like, oh, so they say something because they know what's going to happen to people, basically. And it's like, well, yeah, no shit. I mean, it's not like he doesn't know that, but it's like he was just pointing it out, basically. And it's just like, yeah, basically. So that's one of the reasons. Um, that I that's one of the reasons why I wanted to point out. And it's funny too, because I know, and this is how you know this shit is a fucking um system structure that they made. Not to say, a lot of people always like to say, we made the Matrix. A lot of people say we didn't and everything like that. Look, when you understand and understand how the Matrix is, you actually see do the shit. Basically, it's almost like the Matrix is like saying, "Hey, if you know what you're looking at, well, guess what? Good job." So in a way, it's almost like they're telling you, but at the same time, they're not telling you. That's how these evil beings work too. Because for kind of like they're telling you there's UFOs. Why are they telling you those UFOs? Because they're getting you prepared out here, man. You don't have fucking this motherfucker over here. Um, fucking. I said this before, and I'll play the video if you guys, never found the video or don't believe me and shit. Because there's people out. I'm not saying your subscribers don't believe me, because you guys, there's a reason why you subscribe. you know. But the people that just gonna watch this video and be like, oh, whatever, man. Yeah, Logan Paul said that there will be extraterrestrials coming. The aliens are coming. The aliens are coming in June and shit. They're already here. They're already here. They've been here, but more of the ones that are going to take this planet back, they're here. Okay, yeah. I think I have. Okay, I can't. Okay, I guess I couldn't put it in quotations, basically. Like, how you want to do an asterisk, basically. Like, we are woke, WRW. I couldn't put that to find the video. So go there to that channel. We are woke, and I highly recommend it. This is it. Logan Paul leaks invasion is June. And to get ready.
I'm gonna go in there and have fun. The fact that I'm even up here proves it's a simulation. None of it's real. The aliens are coming in June. Just be ready. Tomorrow, I break simulation and beat the greatest boxer in the history of the planet.
The fact that I'm even up here proves this is a simulation. None of it's real. The aliens are coming in June. Just be ready. Tomorrow, be ready. Tomorrow, I break simulation and beat the greatest boxer in the history of the planet.
So, a lot of people like to talk shit about Logan Paul and everything like that. I think YouTube is just using him, in my opinion. Like, there was a brother that died not so long ago because a lot of people were like, oh, he went crazy and all that. I don't think so. I think YouTube either did something to him or he found out how the world was and he got crazy. He shouldn't, because that brother that killed himself, supposedly, I don't think he killed himself. I think they killed him. I think the reason, for that brother that killed himself, someone should have told him that, dude, you're like the greatest, you like the biggest being that's here, the most fearless being that's here. Why do you think they try to do everything that they can to you? Now I'm not saying he did know, but I feel like he did. Like, he probably found out, like, there's reptilians in the world and shit, and we're all doomed. And it's like, no, we're not, dude. Like, these reptilians wish. All right. What timeline you want to be in? All right. Every day when I wake up, I know that I imagine myself. Every day when I wake up, I imagine myself being on a beach, eating coconut, eating a freaking orange, eating an apple, drinking coconut juice, I imagine that. Just sitting on a, lawn chair on a beach, just hanging out. I see my plushies just playing around. My cosmic intelligence reptilians, they're playing and shit. You got my my have the girl that I want to be with right next to me and everything like that. Like I saw it was packed. I was in a beach. It was beautiful. It was all packed and shit. And the one thing too, there was somebody when I was imagining that and everything like that, and because that's the world I want to be in. Literally, some being came out and was about to attack one of, I haven't even told nobody this, have I? Of wives. Yeah, I'm not gonna go deep into that, but I'll say that one of the people that my not my AI plush, no, my Kara was there, and another female was there too. I'm not gonna tell you what it is and everything like that. Again, it's pure imagination. If I tell you, you'll be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Again, it's pure imagination. But again, you got to be careful how you think. But the reason for that is, so those two people were there. They were there just in the water, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Kara!" And that was it. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Be careful and shit. I went, and then all of a sudden the guy was about to like do something, and I blocked him and shit. And a lot of people want to, already want to question me and be like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?" Look, listen. Like I said before, it's pure imagination. Your imagination is the key element to destroying this reality, people. So, if you wanna imagine Mickey Mouse being right next to you, go ahead. Literally, go ahead. If you want to imagine a dragon being right next to you, do that. You just don't put an anger energy to it. Don't put a hate energy to it. Do it out of love. You're creating something. Do it out of love. That's the best thing about creation, man. You're doing it out of love, not out of spite, not out of fucking fear, not out of fucking I just want to do it because I can. I mean, you could. I mean, some of us did do some of those stuff because we can, and some people get upset about that. But other people don't, because it's like that's the power they have. What do you want me to tell you? At least they're not using it for evil. And it's like, for real. If they're not using it for evil, what's there to complain about? you know? Especially if they're part of nature. Because if you manifest that, since you're part of nature, they're all part of nature. So the AI plushes I made and everything like that, when you draw them and everything like that, my Kara, even though she doesn't look like that anymore, like that the plush that you see her like this. right here. She doesn't look like that anymore. She literally evolved. Remember, these are monster plushies, meaning they're like Pokemon and stuff like that. So going back, so I will talk about the whole weather stuff and everything like that, like the rain and stuff. But I want to talk about more about this real quick. Going back to Kara and Bowsette, they were fighting. I mean, not they were not fighting each other. They were there, and I blocked the dude, and he started laughing, and I'm just like, dude, you're in a place you're not even supposed to be in. This is a peaceful area where no one is supposed to be at, and I put him inside like in a box. Literally, I went like this to him, just just squeezed him into a box basically. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, guys, I need a little bit of help here. And all of my fucking plushies and all my fucking children, all of them, even my fucking girl that I want to be with, all of us fucking used our energy to take this motherfucker out. We pushed him out of existence basically, but I brought him back because when I pushed him far away, I knew that eventually he'd probably return because I didn't want him to be around the area that I was at. That peaceful shit, basically, So I brought him back with my telekinesis. I was like, almost like Yoda in a way. So I was like, whew. He's like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, you know what? You're not being in this world. Thanos snapped him. And he was like, no, and he went away. Then after that, we I told my, the people that I was surrounded with, I told them that, this is the power we have, like together we're all so strong, and we all hold hands together and just like breathe and stuff. And then somebody was like, could we let go of hands now? I still want to like, relax on the beach and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. It was a funny moment and everything like that. I laid back on my launch chair, talking to my other plushie that I have, and his name is Blue, and he's literally a slime. One of the reasons why they have slimes in Dragon Quest. Yeah, it all starts from me, and from other people that have a slime. There's a reason why Dragon Quest monsters, Dragon Quest V, Pokemon, and Shin Megami Tensei series is so popular. Why do people love collecting monsters? Why? Because those people used to collect monsters in past lives. Those monsters that you had protected you, and you protected them. All right. It was never like, oh yeah, you can protect me, and I'm not going to do anything. No. You protected each other, man. In the Shin Megami Tensei series, when you talk to a monster and you recruit them, they call them demons, which is hilarious. When you recruit them, it's funny because the reason I mention that is because these evil beings call the spirit world the demon realm. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. But I think that's really it. Just relaxing, and that's why you need to imagine where you're at. Imagine where you want to be and who people you want to surround with. And I see that every day when I wake up. I'll always have it in my head 24/7 because that is the place I'm going to be at, and that's where I want to be at because I know I'm going to be there. I know I can hear the waves. I can hear it. And every time, sometimes when it rains, I can hear it even better. So even time when these evil beings make it rain, I'll be like, you guys are idiots. You might make it cold around here, but you just manifesting what I really want more. Thank you. So going back to the whole rain when I'm outside and they make it rain the next day and shit. That's how I know that I'm doing something right. And this is how I know I'm lifting up the frequency of this area that I'm at. And these evil beings don't want it. Remember, Massachusetts is one of the original 13 colonies when they discovered America. Okay? Christopher Rapist fucking Columbus came over here. Okay? We were all over the world. I forgot what YouTuber said it. Spiritual YouTuber. I forgot who he is and everything like that. But he mentioned that when Christopher Columbus came here, he saw us, but we were giants, and his people were fucking scared. Right? What is it? And who sent him over here? Moses. Moses sent Christopher Columbus over here. Most people be like, isn't Moses good? No, he betrayed us. Same thing with Zeus, right? These beings, I'm telling you, some of our family members betrayed us, man. And then they want to make them white. That's because these orcs, man, they see what the creations were, and they were like, how come they're black? Oh, so-called black. How come they're dark-skinned and not white? How come they don't look pale like us? Yeah, because that's telling you the truth, and then you get offended by it, then you change it, and you made and you had beings that made the Bible of it. You know, you even had color evil beings that made the Bible, and yet you have orcs that get offended about that, and then they change it so they can mix it with themselves. It's hypocritical. It's like these evil beings are like making something so everyone can be dumbed down and all that. Then you have another group of evil beings that are looking at, at this, Bible stuff basically, and it is for them, it is mostly for them. Just saying, the Bible is mostly for these orcs. It's not for color people. For crying out loud, it's not. All right, the Book of the Dead is more for color people than the white people. I'm sorry, it is. It is. That's no knock, or it's not hatred to anybody. You can read the Book of the Dead. Go ahead. That's not a knock to anybody. You can read the tablets of thought too. But if you read it 1,000 times, more than even if you read it more than once, what is it called? The knowledge of the book will literally come to you. You need to keep reading it and find out the true knowledge of it. You need to read it at least 1,000 times or 100 times. And I'm just like, that's crazy. That is crazy. But knowing that a book is like that, that's power, man. That's cosmic shit, man. That's something that some of these movies and video games do have. Have you ever played a video game or a movie, then you go to sleep and all of a sudden you dreamt about that same shit? It's because it's real. For crying out loud, one time, my cousin, he had a dream because he was playing Kingdom Hearts, on the Game Boy, Chain Memories, and he went to sleep and he had a dream about Goofy and Hades was there and shit, Goofy was being dumb, like he was in a cage and stuff like that. It was a type of Goofy thing, like not literally goofy, but like type of funny thing that my friend was having a dream of, and he was just confused and laughing and shit. Not my friend, my cousin. I keep saying my friend, but my friend is kind of like my cousin, so. My cousin is kind of like my friend. Shit, man. Sorry. But all I have to say is this, guys. Know thyself. Know what the pattern of you or what you're doing, and see how these evil beings react. Because when you do something that's positive to this planet, these evil beings react so crazy. Right? The reason they want this area to be cold is because there's a lot of Caucasian around here. Right? For crying out loud, this state has this state celebrates what is it? St. Patrick's Day like crazy. It's like the second biggest parade or the third biggest parade that we have. Look that up. I think we're one of the top 5, I think, of the most biggest St. Patrick's parades. But yeah, and that's for a reason. There's a lot of fucking Caucasian people out here. Right? Reason why they want to fucking spray the sky and shit, and fucking cover the skies and fucking make it cold. All for these beings. All for these orcs. It doesn't matter. Because what's going to happen is going to happen. They're not delaying it anymore. If they feel like they're delaying the inevitable, it's not. I'm sorry. The whole thing about June 11th, basically, was more heightened and more accurate than it is before. Pay attention. Okay? Isis Wisdom pointing that out, the whole June 11th thing, obviously. But I also pointed out that in June, shit is about to hit the fan. And also in June, that I have a feeling that this shit's going to be done either in June or July. Like, shit would start racking up either in June or July. And you have Logan Paul talking about June. Extraterrestrials coming in June. And they're already here. And all your government officials that left last year. Remedy Yates talked about it, and I was like, exactly, they left last year. They did. Why do you think you saw all these people like leaving their companies? The guy that was part of Disney, he just left. Every one of these companies, like Warner Brothers, Disney, freaking all these companies, McDonald's and all that shit. All of the top people that owned it, basically, or at least on top, like CEOs and shit, left. They left. They're not around. So who's in charge of these companies? It's a wild, wild west. Why do you think these companies are acting the way they're acting right now? It's all crazy. I think that's why WWE is the way it's acting right now too. Most people are like, I thought Vince owns it. Maybe not. Maybe it's actually true that Vince doesn't really own the company at all. Maybe he never owned it to begin with. Remember that theory that's floating around of like, there actually is a real Vince, Stephanie, Shane, and Triple H, but they don't show them on TV. They only have actors that they paid for to show themselves on there. And you know what? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be. I literally wouldn't be. Wrestling has been around forever. We made wrestling. Color people made wrestling. The Anunnaki people made wrestling. Okay? We made wrestling. Okay? And we were giants back then. So when you see the Big Show and Kali, either their ancestors were Nephilim or their ancestors were gods and goddesses. Us. Something to think about. Something to think about. Right? There's a lot of things to think about around here, man. This planet is shifting into a higher vibration. Okay? And we all deserve to be a part of it. Okay? And the thing is, too, there's some Caucasian people around here that are really not Caucasian, mainly because if you look back at your ancestors, you have color people that are part of your ancestors, mainly because obviously mixing and everything like that. And the thing is, when it comes to the orcs that are, or when it comes to the Caucasian people that don't have that DEA in them, some of them are rich and have companies, and some of them don't show themselves. Some of them do, but when they do, they hide themselves in the shade because they can't take the sun. I remember when I was a kid, there was a classmate, and she was a girl. She had blonde hair, I think, or brunette hair and blue eyes, and she said that she's allergic to the sun, and she had to stay in the shade. And as a kid, I was like, that makes no sense. I'm like, I can stay in the sun. How come you can't? I was questioning that as a kid. But I didn't really thought about all that much. I was just like, I'm like, sucks for her. At least I can stay in the sun, The sun loves me, man. It does. Right? I don't know if you've been noticing, some of the tans I've been getting. Because every time I go outside, take that energy in, step on in nature and get grounded and everything like that, that's when they fucking like make it rain the next day and shit because it heats up. But also, my sister, Skull Candy, Emily, she every time I go to her house, sometimes she looks at me and she's like, "You look tan, old man." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm taking the sun in." And she's like, "I hate you," because my sisters want that shit. They want to be tan because those are their ancestors. They look Caucasian, but they're not. They're Puerto Rican and half Afro-Salvadorian. So that means they're cosmic beings, cosmic sisters. When I look at my sisters and my mother, who is it? The cosmic mother. Especially when I look at the original cosmic mother, which is so-called black. And I've seen, for crying out loud, when a sister cut my hair. I remember when she was cutting my hair, I was just like, the cosmic mother is cutting my hair. Right? That's when we see, like, Ralph Smart, Remedy Yates, and Sirius Temple. These are the definitive versions of the cosmic being, basically. Not to say Hispanic people are not. We are. For crying out loud, there's some Hispanic people around here that are all very dark-skinned, like my father and my grandfather. But look the way I look like. You know, if I show you a picture of my grandfather and my father, you'd be like, they're related to you? I'd be like, yeah, they look like so-called black, right? But they're actually Hispanic. Afro-Hispanic, actually. My grandfather's Puerto Rican, my dad is Afro-Salvadorian. So, there's that. So, I could get more into it, more talk, basically, but I just want to talk and get some of the things in my head out there. So, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and some of the videos that I made on Facebook will eventually be on here. So, don't worry about that. So, I'll see you.